Hi, everybody. This is Matchmaker Lori, and I am here today with Zack, who lives in the LA area. And we are going to do the first Shidduch video that I've ever done. And so I'm going to interview Zack because he has so much to him, so much passion, so much excitement that I just couldn't send my matchmakers just a Shidduch profile. I had to send them Zack. So you're going to get to know Zack by me interviewing him, and hopefully you'll get to know him and love him like I do.
Oh, thank you, Lori.
Okay, Zack. So I understand you're a Baal Tshuva, and I'm very curious about what made you come to more observant Judaism. Could you share a little bit of that story with us?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so 20 years ago, I lost my father to pancreatic cancer, and that brought me towards Judaism because I knew I had to say Kaddish for him. And so that was really the starting point of my path, right? And then 5 years ago, my mother had a really bad fall. She was walking home with 2 bags of groceries. She tripped over a hose, fell back 2 steps, and suffered from a traumatic brain injury. She was in a coma for 30 days. We were in the hospital, and I was in the hospital every single night with her. I spent the night in the hospital with her for 6 months, and miracle after miracle, and it continues to this day. The only place I could turn was Hashem. And Hashem brought me miracles beyond miracles. If I told you the stories, you wouldn't believe them yourself. They're just an unbelievable, amazing story after story after story. And so that just brought me the happiness and joy for me to be able to do observance in simcha. It's in happiness and with just all my heart.
Okay. Wow. So you had this huge appreciation of Hashem, and you wanted to do more mitzvahs. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's not only, yeah, it's do more mitzvahs, but it's observe because it's the right thing. It's within every cell of my body. I feel it's the right thing.
That's the kind of person you are. You do everything with every cell in your body. I can tell. What does your observance Judaism look like to you right now?
So for me, I daven 3 times a day. I am Shomer Shabbat. I love Shabbat. So Shabbat is, the highlight of my week. Whether it be me doing Shabbat with friends in LA and spending time with them, or spending time and doing Shabbat at my mother's house and having friends and family there, or doing dinners at my house or dinners at friends' house, Shabbat is the highlight of the week for me, and I do it with joy and happiness. It's just the best. I can't even imagine thinking about how I lived my life without it. It's the most amazing gift that we could possibly have.
I agree with you totally, 100%. Let me ask you another question. You're a very passionate guy, and I'm curious to know what other passions you have besides Judaism.
Okay, so my passions are really creating. So creating for me is probably the most amazing thing. It's, I think, for me, what I was brought here to do. And so whether it be creating a company or creating a product within their company, or surfing, kite surfing, snowboarding, where I'm creating my own path, music, writing my own music or playing music in front of and expressing and creating, having that creation happen for me, that's extremely joyful for me, and just brings out my my.
So I'm curious, what do you play?
I play guitar and sing. So I used to be in a band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we used to play at bars and all kinds of places, but just right now it's just at friends' houses.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Okay, Zack, you sound really busy. I've heard you've come out with something for coronavirus, which I'd like to know more about. Can you tell me a little bit about that before we go on to the last question?
Sure. So prior to us prior to Corona, really, we were developing a very high-tech serological test, so an antibody test for GI diseases. And so when Corona came, we pivoted. We were probably the first company on the planet to have a test for corona antibodies, right? So you could test coronavirus antibodies to see who had it, and then you would know that they were already exposed to the disease. So we've now developed 2 additional products. We're looking at developing more products. And for me, it's how do we help millions of people? That's my main thrust in all that we do, is how can I make a significant difference in people's lives? And for me, it's millions of them. So that's what brings me the most enjoyment and the passion of what drives what we do every day at our company.
Beautiful. That's really inspiring. You're an inspiring person. Last question. You are so busy in your life. You're kite surfing. You're running a company that is doing amazing things for people. It must keep you very busy. How are you going to fit a wife and children into this busy lifestyle?
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it. You make time for what's important. And so for me, a wife and family is absolutely my priority. It will be always my priority. And so that's an easy one for me, because I will not only make time for them, I will be happy to be spending more and more time with them. I don't want to be working forever, and I don't really need to be working forever or need to be working. I work because I love creating, but the family is going to be most important for me.
Well, and making a family is a creative venture. That's for sure. That's for sure. And you can use all your leadership skills and all your people skills and all of your patient skills. You know, it's really beautiful. And Zack, it's an honor and a pleasure to know you. And I think some women's going to be very lucky to meet you and marry you. And together we're going to look for her, and Hashem should bless us in our search. And okay, everybody, if anyone's interested in meeting Zack, please let me know. He is a Kohen, which means he needs to have a Kohen eligible woman. And if you don't know what that means, ask your local rabbi or email me. And my email is matchmakerlori@gmail.com. And I'm wishing Zack the best of luck in this search. Just the best.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.